it's the most awkward bit, but we're just going to do it. So I think this is becoming a weekly thing. This week I'm in my Corona shelter as always, and we're talking about drum tuning basically. Everyone's got their own way of doing it, of course. There's no right or wrong way. But yeah, I'm just going to sort of talk about how I tune my drums to notes. I'm only going to be doing my rack and floor tom because those are the heads that I desperately need to change. So yeah, new heads on those. I'm going to use the Evans UV2 heads. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I just kind of want to try them out for myself. So I'm going to be doing that, and yeah, using a couple of things. I'm going to be using a TuneBot. You can't really see it, whatever. It's a TuneBot, and it basically allows you to tune your drums to a specific frequency and thus a note. You know, so you can make it, each of your drums is tuned to a different note in a scale, and then when you go around them or you play them together, you know, they sound nice. And that's kind of it. So let's go to the rack tom. Just before we go to the rack tom, actually, here's a little sound snap of the drums with their current heads on them, which are EC2S heads, I believe. They've been on there for about a year. They keep their tune pretty well, and you know, I still get compliments on how they sound when I take my drums somewhere. But yeah, this is what they sound like now. So, to start tuning a drum, obviously you're going to need a drum, and then a new head to put on it. I've gone with an Evans UV2. I've just heard a lot of good things about them, and I kind of just want to try them out, to be honest. You're going to need a drumstick, a drum key, and you know, optional things are like a tuner, so you can tune each lug to a specific frequency, and some dampening gels. So if one lug is being kind of annoying, if you put a gel in the middle, you can isolate that lug when you're tuning it. So yeah, start by taking this head off. Cool, well, now you've done that, you want to do a bit of bearing edge maintenance. So get yourself a cloth, you know, just wipe down the edge, make sure there's nothing on it, no stick residue, no nothing like that. Turn the drum upside down, get all of the little wood chips, get them out there. You can't really see them on the camera, but they were there. So just know that. And then once you're satisfied that, you know, you've got all the dust and things like that off, get yourself a candle, a little tea light, and just go around the bearing edge and, you know, just kind of rub in some of the wax onto the edge. Now obviously this is a drum made of a natural material, and in the manufacturing process, you know, there's going to be little bits of the plywood that they just come off, or that shrink faster than others, and it's going to create little dents around the bearing edge, which you don't want. So you use the wax to just fill in those dents and make the seal of the head to the drum a little bit more consistent and even all the way around. So that will help with your, you know, actual resonance of the drum, and keeping the head last for a bit longer. So then go around and wipe it again, because all the wax will have got down into the crevices that you're trying to fill, and if you feel it, you'll feel that it's super smooth. And then what you want to do is get your new head and then put it on the drum. Get the rim and just whack that back on. Get all the lugs kind of started off in their threads, and then yeah, so go around and just make every lug finger tight. Quick thing to note about this is if you do it with one hand, you get more consistent. So I'm strong with my right hand, so now I'll go around and make sure everything's all good with my right hand. Cool, so now everything's finger tight. What you want to do is put your palm in the middle, just give it a little press. Just a couple of like pulses on there, just to break any glue that is around the edge of the head. Evans are normally quite good with not having as much glue as other companies, but you know, just do it anyway, just to properly seat the head, and then you go around and make sure everything's finger tight again. So the next thing you're going to want to do when you make sure everything's finger tight and it's seated properly is just go around, give every lug half a turn in a sort of crisscross pattern. It just keeps the tension across the head even. Yeah, because it kind of, the tension of the drum and the way you tune it is obviously in these straight lines. So you want to keep these points as even as possible across those lines to get the best sort of resonance out of your drum and get the best sound. So now everything's got a little bit of tension on it. Sounds dead as anything, but that'll be fixed by the next step, which is getting your tuner. There's a couple of tuners that you can get for your phone, but I just use this one because it's what I know and it's quick. So you just lock it onto the rim like that, and then go through their app to tell you what frequencies that you're going to want on the top head and the bottom head to tune your drum to a specific note. So I like my rack tom at A2, so A second octave. It tells me that the top head needs to be 183 Hz at each lug, and then the bottom head is 195. So I'll quickly just do one lug and then I'll speed it up and then do the other side as well. Cool. Well, that's all tuned up. Let's put it on the kit and do the floor tom. So now, the floor tom, we're going to do exactly the same thing that we did with the rack tom. But what I forgot to mention with the rack tom is the head that you're not tuning, it's good to have it fully dampened. So at the moment my floor tom's almost on the ground and I've got a couple towels underneath it just to isolate the top head when I'm tuning it. And then when I tune the bottom head, what I'll do is flip it upside down on top of the towels, or the floor's normally enough to just silence, you know, the head that you're not tuning completely. So let's get this one off. Again, I've gone for a UV2, so let's get this off. So then, using this app again, I need to tune the top head to 110 Hz, the bottom head to 145 Hz, and that will give me a D second octave. Now, the reason my toms are tuned to A and D is because I believe they're a fifth apart, like a fifth apart on just a regular, like on a regular scale. I'm not too sure. I'm a drummer, not like a real musician. So when you hit them together, they harmonise basically because they're a fifth apart. So it's just pleasing to the ear basically. So let's do it. Sweet, that's done. Let's shut up. Let's put it on the kit. See how it sounds. Give it a quick tune up, and then yeah, I'll play another sample. All right. Well, now that the drums are tuned, they've got their new heads on them. Let's set the kit up and let's listen to these new heads. I hope you found that one useful. As I say, everyone's got their own approach to drum tuning. That's just mine. I just like my drums to be in specific notes, and the same for my kick and snare. Although I didn't tune those with new heads today, I did actually tune them up, and now my kit is sounding so good, like so good. Take it to any venue, any studio, and it sound amazing. It's a bit of a brag, but I don't really care because they sound great and I'm happy. So yeah, if you've got any questions or anything, shoot me a message. Any video ideas, as always, shoot me a message. I noticed that no one has actually sent me a message for a video idea, so that's fun. Yeah, hopefully I can make something for next week as well. So peace.